try very hard recently to buy clothing from like sustainable brands. I've been thrifting a lot more often, but also like I have a cart on Urban Outfitters, as everyone does.
I feel like everyone this pandemic did what I've been calling online window shopping, where you either just add so much to your wish list and then it all goes out of stock, or you just have a cart constantly ready to go.
This is not on topic. It's a little bit on topic.
Okay.
I just put this shower curtain in my wish list, and I really want to buy it.
What is it? Like, what does it look like?
It has flowers and moons on it.
Ooh.
It's really cool.
Would that... I mean, ours right now is just kind of like white.
We don't have anything in the bathroom, so anything could work.
That's true.
But I guess it kind of has to be like
A thing.
an agreed upon situation. I'll show it to you later.
Should we tell people who we are?
Oh, hello.
So hi, welcome to episode 1 of Strictly Platonic. We're your hosts, Konnor and Sara.
I'm Konnor.
And I'm Sara.
That's a lie, just in case, because I don't know if anyone who doesn't know us is going to listen to this.
Well, that's the...
Don't want to trick them on the first one.
Yeah, well, that's going to be the fun part, is we're just going to see what happens.
Yeah.
And I guess, like, eventually we'll just figure out that we're just roommates, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's going to...
That pause made it really seem like we weren't just roommates.
That we're hiding something.
But we really are just roommates.
For sure. Just roommates.
100%.
We're not lying.
Nothing more. Nothing less.
Welcome to the podcast where we're going to confuse every heterosexual person on the internet.
All of them. Every last one.
Our goal is to make sure every heterosexual person literally just thinks that we're dating.
You know what my goal is?
What?
I want to be somebody's couple goals.
As best friends.
Even though we aren't dating.
I can see that happening.
I think that it's like sometimes, you know, people see us like spending a whole day running errands and like taking each other's Instagram pictures and like getting coffee and brunch together, and they're like, oh, I want what they have, but we don't have anything.
Yeah, what they want, what we have, is sitting on opposite sides of the living room while you play Stardew and I watch football.
Yeah.
And doom scroll Twitter.
And you send me tweets when I'm sitting right there.
Yeah.
But I also send you tweets while you're sitting right there.
And we still don't look at them.
I look at the ones that you send me.
Okay. I mean, we don't need to start pointing fingers.
I send you such good content and you simply choose to ignore it.
Well, I'll just choose to ignore it until we're not in the room together, and then I'll just like send you a thumbs up.
But that's stupid, because you send me things while we're in the room together and you go, did you see the tweet I sent you?
Yeah. I do that. I do that. I'm not going to say I don't do that. I'm just saying. Back on the topic. I'm just going to sideline my way out of here.
Okay.
I am really excited to be someone's couple goals, because I think about this a lot.
I think it's very silly.
Because I was telling you about that girl I was just seeing, and how the first night we hung out, she told me that all her friends thought we were dating.
Mm-hmm. And that there was like a secret third going on.
Well, it's like apparently a major thing on Tinder, which I've seen it, but like guy Tinder is just full of fake accounts that try to get you to like sub to like a premium Snapchat.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm still shocked that's a thing. OnlyFans exists.
I get Instagram DMs from women, maybe, telling me to subscribe to their premium Snapchat.
That's for Halloween. That's Screamium.
The Screamy. The Screamy Awards.
The Screamy Awards. It's just the Streamies, but it's all spooky.
But no, it is a thing, because I'll I'll swipe on Tinder. And I'd said before, there will be guys that have super long bios. Like, I love hiking and nature, and I'm like a people person and all this stuff. And then all the way at the bottom, it says, like, I have a girlfriend, like, in an open relationship, or like looking for a third. And I'm just like, why is that not
number one?
I don't care that you like to hike, Josh. Like, I care that you have a girlfriend.
It's like, oh, you're like talking to someone for a few weeks. You go out a couple times. You're like, wow, I'm like really feeling this guy. And then like you go back to his apartment one time and he's like, you know what? These last few weeks have been really cool. I think you'll love my girlfriend.
That is my own personal hell. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. If that's what you're into, that's what you're into. I don't care. Me personally, no.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
I could barely handle talking to one person.
it takes so much for me to want to spend that much time with somebody. And if I then, in the end, learn that, like, not, like, if I'm seeing a Tinder guy and he tells me that he's seeing other people, like, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm also seeing other people. I don't fucking care. But if I'm seeing a Tinder guy and then he's like, oh, you know who you would love? My girlfriend. That's where I draw the line.
What if... Yeah, no, like, I couldn't imagine that going over well in any context. Like, it could be, like, you could fit with them perfectly. Everything's going well. Just introducing a third and they're hidden the entire time? Like,
Right,
where
like,
were
if
they?
you're, like, down with it, cool.
But even
But
if you were
if it's
down
like
with
a
that...
sneak attack, like...
Even if you were down with it, though, wouldn't you want to know ahead of time? Like, if that's something you're into...
It's something I feel like you should have to, like, consent to.
Well, the one thing we know about guys... They don't really know that.
That's fair.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I'm back on the topic of, like, with Tinder, I always assume everyone is talking to multiple people.
Yeah.
The worst is when that assumption is wrong. And you assume, like, everyone that you're talking to is also figuring it out. They're also single. They're enjoying it. And then, like, it starts getting a little rocky. And, like, you notice and, like, you make it clear to them, hey, I'm not looking for anything. I'm just kind of exploring myself, or just, you know what? I just want to be single right now, but I still enjoy talking to people, or that our phrase, normalize fucking your friends.
Yes.
Where it's just like, hey, you could have casual sex with people casually and treat them with respect, and it's cool across the spectrum. Whatever. It gets uncomfortable when, like, words like cutie or, like, baby or anything like that start getting thrown around, where you're just like, oh, do they think they're the only one? Like,
I feel like you're a little bit attacking me right now.
I'm not attacking you, because this has happened to me too.
Okay.
Yeah. But
it is just currently happening to me also.
Well, it's because I'm scared it's happening to me as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which one? Oh.
Yeah. Where things have gone from, like, hot and casual to a little too wholesome for me, which sounds so bad.
I mean, but if you laid out your intentions, I don't
did.
think it's bad.
Yeah.
Because you don't want wholesome. You want a good life.
It's not even just that. It's not even like I just want good sex. It's like I'm just not emotionally equipped for anything right now, and it would be irresponsible for me to bring someone into that.
Yeah.
Literally last night I had a fucking anxiety attack and, like, doom scrolled my own brain for 2 hours. Like, that's the last thing anyone deserves. But, like, it is this weird gray area where it's like, I don't think you're a dickhead for telling someone, hey, just a reminder, but that is a weird conversation to have.
It also is kind of like, as soon as you say, like, hey, just a reminder, we're not anything, it's ending, you know? Like, especially if the other party is, like, initiating, like, the cutesy stuff, or, like, the whatever, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then you're the one to be like, hey, like, just, like, reminding you, like, it sounds like they're in trouble, you know? Like,
hey, we need to have a talk.
Hey, like, you did something very bad.
You were nice to me.
And we need to talk about it.
We need to draw the line right here. You cannot be nice to me.
Do not call me cute. Don't heart react to my Instagram story.
I want you to only send me the vibe.
I am an object.
Do not treat me like a person. That's not what I am to you. I will.
No, don't respect me. You're so sexy.
Dude, that meme will never die. Ever. And
good.
That's one of the ones I think will never die.
Yeah.
I think about
memes.
No, I'm still on the dating. I'm still on the dating thing, because, like, with, like, dating during COVID, it's really weird. Because, like we were saying, if both people are safe and negative and get tested regularly and quarantine, and you hook up with them, there isn't like, let's go out for drinks and see where the night goes. It's just, do you want to come over?
There is, like... There... Sorry, Konnor yelled at me because I talk quiet and away from the microphone.
Yeah, I was so loud. I yelled. I got violent.
He pointed his finger like I'm a fucking animal. Anyway. Yeah, there's like... I mean, I don't really have a lot of experience dating... Actually, let me rephrase that. I have zero experience dating prior to COVID because I just, ran around college and, like, I don't know, had sex with my friends. It sounds very bad, but, like, I didn't really, like, I didn't go on dates. I was in, like, a shitty relationship. I didn't want to date anybody. I just was like, hey, you're my friend, and, like, let's just do it, see what happens. And then we'd have sex and whatever. So I only dated when I moved here, and I moved here in May.
Yeah.
Which, like, is, like, the peak. Well, was the peak.
Was. Little did Sarah know, the peak was yet to come.
You best start believing in peaks. Because
you're in one.
Anyway. But I'm assuming, from my lack of experience, there's no really warming up to somebody. It's just like, hey, like, you're coming over and we're gonna maybe talk and cuddle for an hour, but, like, we're here to fuck. Like, I mean,
you're not wrong. I mean, like, I've been on a lot of first dates.
Yeah.
Because, like, when I got out of college, I got out of a relationship, and then I realized I didn't know who I was, and I wanted to explore myself. And I dated around. I met a lot of cool people. I had a lot of casual sex for the first time in my life. Just standard casual sex. And when I moved to Philly, I didn't know anyone. I had a few friends in the art industry and, like, freelance world that I was, like, friends with. But, like, maybe 7 people I knew in this entire city.
Yeah.
And when I got on Tinder and I was like, holy shit, like, a mile away, 2 miles away, right down the street, next door, whatever, it was a lot. And it would either be like, okay, let's go get coffee, let's go grab a drink, and sometimes that's all it ever was. And it was like, all right, get coffee a few times, and, like, this person's really cool the first time. The second time they say something like really weird, and you're like, oh,
like they love Taylor Swift or
like
something.
They love Taylor Swift, or like they become they're a Disney adult, which I think is worse. Oh. Like, I think if you sing a Disney song on a first date,
no,
yes, it has happened
to you.
Yes.
What song was it?
I'm pretty sure I blocked that out of my memory. She was telling me how she was a theater major, and that I was like, oh, that's fascinating. Like, what shows have you worked on? Only high school.
Okay.
But
she was a major?
Yeah.
How old was she?
Like 24.
So she had a degree?
Yeah. But she was only telling me about her high school experience. I remember this specifically because it, like, took me back a bit. And I think it was a song from Beauty and the Beast. I don't know. It wasn't Gaston, so I don't care.
Was it like Bonjour, that one?
It was the oui oui.
Was it the
the chef's kiss? You guys can't see it right now, but we're doing the Italian chef's kiss symbol for a French song in an American production.
Oh my god, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was one of the slower ones. And she was like, yeah, like, I used to do this. And then she just went into it.
Oh my god.
And I was so uncomfortable, but that did not make me as uncomfortable.
Were you in public?
Yes. But there was no one around us. We were...
Okay.
That cafe down the street that's closed has, like, a back door area that's really nice and is, like, isolated. And we were back there. So I guess she thought it was appropriate because we were outside, technically, and we weren't indoors somewhere. This was last year, by the way, guys. Like, last year, not like last year as in COVID year. I mean the year before COVID. Like
2019?
If you say so.
Okay.
And, wow, that feels like so long ago at this point. And it made me really uncomfortable. But nothing made me more uncomfortable than the one I was telling you about at the bar with the aggressive clapping. Yeah. I don't know if you guys, I mean, it makes sense. Like when you go to like an outdoor bar and there's like a musician or like a local artist, it's polite to give a quick little like it's polite. It's like congratulations, they're doing a good job. Even if they're bad, you still just they're out there, they're doing it. You're not. You're sitting there, you're drinking a beer.
Yeah.
They're performing. Whatever it is, skill level, doesn't matter. You congratulate them for taking a shot. You don't, however, like stand up, aggressively clap and like cheer for people you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know them. Don't do that. They're not your friends. And if they are, still don't do it because they won't be your friends afterwards. I've gone to my friend shows at bars.
Yeah,
and
same.
I don't stand up and like clap with both hands and really make an effort to tell them good job. You know what I do? I go, and then after they come back to the table because they're my friend,
right,
and I didn't ruin that friendship by being obnoxious, I go, hey, you did a really good job.
Yeah, like give them a good old pat on the back.
Pat on the back. I buy them a beer.
Buy them a beer.
Buy them a beer. Hey, here's a fresh PBR. Mm-hmm. Actually, that'd probably be insulting.
I just cracked my fingers, and I think I heard it. Oh.
That's some ASMR for you guys right there.
Unless they hate that sound.
I'll probably.
What's the opposite of ASMR?
DSMR? What does ASMR stand for?
Audio stimulation.
Audio stimulating media receptors? Recording?
Should I look it up? Is it important?
Yeah, look it up real quick.
You finish your story.
Well, it's just it's just one of those things where it's like, since like you said, you don't have a lot of dating experience, you have more fucking experience. Yeah, which I think we're actually getting close body count wise now.
Whatever. Besides the point.
Yeah. What's it stand for?
Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response.
No, audio sound media recording.
We did not get a single one of those words right.
Audible stimulating media recording. That's what it stands for to me. That's what it stands for. That's what it stands for to me.
I have one date experience.
Yeah.
That very first one.
The one who lives behind us?
Yeah. I was so nervous. I got so scared. I like texted you the whole way.
You really did.
It was because I've never been on a date before. I've had men ask me on dates before, but I just either like ghosted them or said no.
Yeah.
But I went on a date to the same place that you took that lady to with the outdoor bar and the music.
Best place. It's right down the street. It's phenomenal.
I drank 2 Moscow Mules, so I was way too drunk.
So you blacked out.
Because, that's a lot for me. And I didn't eat either because I can't eat anything there. He had 2 beers. He had a hand tattoo, so I was like, this is going to go well.
That's a nice necklace.
I did say that. Besides the point. But then he, I don't even know what we talked about. He doesn't have a job. He likes to sew, a little bit, I think. I don't remember, whatever. And then he drove me home, and then I texted him, and I was hey, that was fun. And then he was like, yeah, I had a good time. And then we never spoke again.
What is funny to me about that is in a city of a couple million people, that is a huge county, not that big of a city, but a huge county, Philadelphia.
Just packed on top of each other. There's so many people.
So many people. You managed to go out on a date with someone who lives literally 50 feet from us.
Directly behind us.
His window probably faces yours.
Our corner is number and road,
yeah.
And his address was same number and road next to ours.
Yeah. I don't know how you pulled that off.
I don't know how either, but he dropped me off and he was like, wait, that's my house. And I was like, wow, that's so funny. If I had more fun, that'd probably be cool, but
yeah.
What if he's Mystery Guitar Boy?
Dude, that would be crazy because he's way more interesting as a mystery than he is as a person.
He is. So, Mystery Guitar Boy. My window in my bedroom faces an alley, I guess you would say.
Yeah, that'd be an alley.
And there's I think the places behind us are houses more than apartments.
Maybe.
Like townhouses.
Yeah, they look more like townhomes.
Yeah, because they have like backyards and like patio lights, whatever.
Yeah.
And then there's a couple apartments in the alley, like on like the sides, like it's rectangle. And I haven't heard him in a while, actually. But I would wake up on Saturday mornings and the sun would shine into my bedroom and a gentle breeze would come in because I insist on sleeping with the window open, no matter the temperature. And then you just hear a gentle strumming of a guitar. And so I have convinced myself that there's a mystery guitar man and he is gorgeous and he plays the guitar every Saturday morning and we will fall in love one day.
Unless it's the guy who you already went out with.
Or it's a woman.
That's true. We should not assign.
I just assume that it's a man because I am attracted to men.
Yeah.
So I'm creating a false reality for this person.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know.
Do you know Mystery Guitar Man was like a YouTuber?
Like a
channel?
YouTuber. After I said it, I was like, man, that's already a guy.
Is he still making content?
I don't think so.
Because he was
What's his name?
It's Mystery Guitar Man. He doesn't have a name.
Well,
He's a symbol.
I think he had a name.
No, he has a symbol. That was like early YouTube. That's like, was it Ray William Johnson and like problematic Philip DeFranco. And then you got like Smosh, FPS Russia, all those early YouTube channels.
And that was like old Shane Dawson and old Jenna Marbles times too.
Yeah, that was like when anything went on YouTube. That
No
was
censoring.
No censoring. That was Fred.
Onision?
No, Sion.
I used to watch Onision.
You shouldn't admit that publicly.
Why?
Because he sucks.
Used to.
Yeah, used to, but like he still sucks.
He does still suck, and I do not support him and haven't supported him since I was like, I don't know, 13 years old.
Isn't it crazy that like those YouTubers just made whatever they want, said whatever they wanted, and like us as like 13 and 14-year-olds were like, yeah, this is solid content.
Dude, I used to watch Des and Nate.
I don't know who they are.
Cap'n Des was the one guy's name.
You're saying words that don't mean anything.
They were like scene kid icons in the YouTube area. I used to watch them a lot. Destry was the one guy's name, was on Shane Dawson's channel for a little bit, like summer recently. I don't know. But like they like created very sexual content, I would say. Like not like they were fucking, but like they had a lot of like sexual jokes in their content, which is whatever. But their target audience was definitely like 13-year-olds.
Well, I mean, comes full circle now with like Lele Pons and all that. And it's just like
yeah,
tits and ass and the thumbnails, and it's like best friend gets pranked, wake up challenge, subscribe, like, exclamation point, parentheses.
Yeah, this was more so like the one man was wearing like a Coca-Cola shirt, or like it was red with like the Coca-Cola font. But instead of it saying I enjoy Coca-Cola, it said I enjoy vagina.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and I was like, that's a dope shirt.
Dude, that's sick. That's like
I was like, I should fucking buy that.
Yeah.
But like, why?
Yeah.
I didn't need it.
I mean, when you're young, you see something that you think is either like, this will piss somebody off, or you see something like, hey, I play video games, a t-shirt with a controller on it is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Hell yeah. You know what? Do you watch Jack's films at all?
Yeah, my brother and I love Jack's films.
Yeah, I just recently was watching. Every year he does like the worst Christmas presents, and I watched it last night. There were so many gamer t-shirts.
Gamer t-shirts are the cringiest
he was like,
thing.
it's a checklist. It's like Comic Sans, absolutely no graphic design, white and neon green on black t-shirt. Like,
yeah,
so.
It was either that or like when I worked at GameStop, which, by the way, guys, I worked at GameStop. Games would release t-shirts through GameStop, and it would just be like the cover art and then like faded on the background so it wasn't a squared logo. And that would be on a black t-shirt. That was like every t-shirt I owned sophomore year of high school was just a black t-shirt with like Halo Reach, Halo 3, Halo 4, Black Ops 2. It was just the box art, and then someone went into Photoshop and faded the background so it wasn't a square, and I'm like, this is the sickest thing ever.
You went, this is fucking insane, dude. This is the pinnacle of fashion.
Well, back then I was like, fashion's stupid. Why would you spend money on clothing? You could spend money on an Xbox.
Oh my god. Back then I bought band tees from Hot Topic, so I can't even say anything to you.
Hot Topic is, I think, on the level of cringe as GameStop. Is it worse?
I think Spencer's is worse than Hot Topic, in my opinion.
Okay, out of everything that closed in the last year, how is Spencer's still around?
Sex toys.
That's true. They do provide sex toys.
Yes.
Like cool. And should be normalized.
Yeah.
Like, that should just be a thing.
Yeah,
but
that's why.
It's just the sex toys?
I would think so.
'Cause,
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When I was in school, one of like the 8 stores we had in our mall was a Spencer's, and we would go there sometimes because they have like cute little shot glasses or like a beer bong. Like,
they are one of those like, hey, no other store would carry this, so it's just here.
Yeah.
I wonder who Spencer is, though.
Yo, I want to meet Spencer of Spencer's fame.
That being said, I kind of don't. I feel like if you met Spencer, he'd suck.
Yeah. Do you know that I shopped at Hot Topic until like probably way too late in my life?
What's way too late? Like 14?
No.
Oh.
My ears were stretched, so I would get my like plugs and gauges from Hot Topic because they had a good variety. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I remember the first time I ever saw gauges was...
I feel like we should clarify. I said sorry because I made noise playing with chapstick.
And we just don't know if it picked up or not.
Yeah.
The first time I ever saw gauges was my cousin Keenan was like a skater, and like he had insane gauges. And one time, to like freak me and my brother out, he took them out and made me smell them.
Okay, I mean, they shouldn't smell if you take care of them, but
yeah. And it was like a joke because like he was 10 years older than us, and we were like his whiny little cousins, and I was just like. It smelled so bad. Like, you know how like a gross bite?
I know how it smells.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
I didn't even know an ear could smell like that.
Yeah. I sometimes wish that my ears were still stretched. I never had very big ones, and they were just like, I mean, they were small enough that my ears are back to normal, you know? I would never go further than that. There's like a point. Like, there's a number you can go to that your ears will still reform.
Dude, some of them are crazy.
I had friends whose ears, like, ripped.
I don't want to hear that or think
Yeah.
about it. Do ears ears bleed? I was about to say, do ears
But
bleed?
they don't bleed when you stretch it.
The earlobe doesn't bleed? What is an earlobe? Is it just, like, fat?
I mean, your ear bleeds when you get it pierced, but, I don't know. When you stretch it...
Why not?
I don't know.
It's a bigger hole.
Because you're just expanding your skin. You're not, like, tearing it. Or at least you shouldn't.
But, like, when you put a gauge in, you have to puncture it, right?
No, because your ears are already pierced.
So why does
You're just making that hole bigger.
So you pierce the ear, it bleeds.
Yes.
And then you stretch it like Play-Doh?
I mean, it's not the consistency of Play-Doh.
For the record, I have no piercings, and I really don't plan on getting any.
Yeah. I have a sternum tattoo, which I often say is one of the most painful things I've ever done in my entire life. I would retract that statement to say that sizing up when stretching my ears, yeah,
no.
It's so...
I'm like cringing right now. I'm very uncomfortable.
Really not a fun time. I like feel a little bit nauseous just like remembering
the feeling.
Yeah.
I remember the only experience I have similar to something like that is an injury. And you remember Heelys? Mm-hmm. Well, in my old neighborhood in Allentown, there used to be this huge hill parking lot. This parking lot was like an apartment complex. And the apartment complex was on a hill, and there was a flat parking lot behind it. So we would always like skateboard down it or we would scooter down it. And then Heelys came out. And the fact that our shoes were our scooters and skateboards now, we were like, oh, it's going down.
It's fucking
on,
dude.
It's on. These shoes are being put on. And
you had Heelys?
I had Heelys.
Fuck, man.
And I had the double wheel Heelys because they were for extra like distance and speed. Because they were the single wheel Heelys. Are people too young to know what Heelys are?
I don't think anyone that is gonna listen to this would be. If you know about fucking, you should know about Heelys. Also, Heelys are like making a comeback.
Are they though? I haven't seen any. I keep hearing this every year. I hear, oh well, did you know Heelys are coming back? And until Vans has a collab with them, I don't want to hear it.
Like you can still buy them.
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
So I think people will know. I've seen Heelys mentioned on TikTok.
Okay, then yeah, that makes sense.
So they've reached all demographics.
Okay. Well, anyway, this hill was probably about like the distance of like a city block. So it was big.
Big boy.
Big boy. And we were so used to like, we weren't good at skating or anything. So what we would do, we would sit on our skateboards and like just go down the hill. And there was a giant grass pile at the end. So you would just bomb down the hill and tumble into the grass because it would be fine. You'd be safe. Then Heelys came out. And none of us were good on them at all. But we all had them. And I remember going down that hill. And for reference, it's like one subtle dipped hill, and then there's kind of like a middle plateau area, and then it goes really steep. So it was like almost like you would pick up speed, level out, and then you would just go super fast. The problem was, on that middle area, there was a sewer grate. So you can probably tell where this story is going.
Yeah.
Right? And when you're like scootering or you're sitting on a skateboard, you could like maneuver really easily. This was our first week with Heelys.
This is your first Heelys experience.
My first Heelys experience was getting kicked out of a Best Buy.
This is your first off-road Heelys experience.
Yeah, I went off-roading with the boys, but it was Heelys.
Because you know Best Buy, the road.
And everyone's doing it, and everyone's fine so far. So we're all like, okay, so this is doable. And I'm like, all right, word, it's my turn. And we all started by just doing the first half, getting used to it, and everything was fine. We did about like 10 or so times, and everything was going fine. And then we started doing the full hill, both dips.
Yeah.
And the first kid did it, was fine. Tumbled at him, dude, that was so much fun. Like, it's so much fun to pick up that speed and then just throw yourself into the grass. As a kid, that's all you want to do is throw yourself around.
Oh yeah.
Hurt my body? Can't happen. I'm 10.
You are indestructible.
I'm invincible. No one can hurt me except
Someone could light you on fire.
Not a problem.
Not
the only
phased.
person that can hurt me is my dad's words. Like, it is impossible to be in pain at this age.
Yeah.
Right? And so I'm like, all right, my turn. Kenny went, no problem. My turn. I am bobbing down this hill, and then comes that middle section. And I dodged the sewer grate, except as I'm turning around it, the second wheel of the Heelys that I had, because they were 2-wheel Heelys, just slightly nicks it, and I don't fall. I go to my knees. And I swear I went halfway down the hill on my knees. There was skin on the pavement.
Yeah.
I have never seen that much blood in my life, and I've been in fights before. There was just blood everywhere, and then I just tumbled down the hill into the grass. I was mortified by looking down at my knees. It was like in a war movie where they look down at their arm and it's like blown off.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, but I was
very comparable to war.
Yeah, Heelys, dude. Like, if our troops had Heelys, we'd never lose a war in our life.
Oh my god. Well, it sounds like we would.
Well, just don't go down a hill.
Okay.
But yeah, so when I think of when people are like, oh yeah, I got this tattoo and it was really painful, I'm like, yeah, but was it Heelys painful?
I think the only tattoo I've gotten that's heel. Actually, no, that sounds worse than a tattoo because then at least there's like a happy.
Yeah, I'd like straight up go to the hospital and get my knee replaced.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. Because like I could have swore I saw my kneecap.
Yeah, knees bleed like a motherfucker.
Oh my god, so much blood.
Yeah,
And I actually had to walk home. By the way, like I had to walk home.
You didn't Heely home?
I couldn't, like, stand. My friends...
But could you slide?
Oh, true. My friend should have just got behind me and, like, pushed me forward. Just blood coming down my leg.
They push you like a wheelbarrow.
They're like, we'll grab your back, just put your feet slightly angled up.
Oh my god.
Oh, man. What were you saying about,
I don't know.
No. Healy's pain. You've never... no tattoo was Healy's
Yeah,
pain?
I don't think I would describe any of my tattoos as Healy's level pain for you, because there's at least a happy, like, you get a tattoo after, you know?
Yeah, nothing came out of
I
that.
did almost vomit when I got my sternum done.
But that's like because it's like right there.
It's because, like, this spot in your body, if someone were to punch
Where are you
there,
pointing?
it's like, I don't know where to describe it. Like under your boob. I mean, if you...
Well, it's like the rib cage.
It's your sternum, but it's like right at like where your stomach starts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if someone ever hits you there, which my brother used to a lot when we were kids, like when we'd fuck around, like that was his go-to. I can't talk. Did she stutter? Yes.
See, the thing is, I didn't hear you stutter, so when you just
I'm like very self-conscious about it.
When you just stopped to say, "Did she stutter?" I almost said no.
No. But yeah, that spot, if someone hits you there, it feels like you're going to vomit.
True.
And I have, like, I don't know size, like 2 to 3 inches of tattoo on that spot, and like thick lines and shading, and it was awful.
And it's really detailed.
It is very detailed.
Yeah, you got that when we were still in college, right? Because I remember you came to Jack's house and
the
you
day
had
of.
You had like the deep cut shirt.
No, I had a flannel on so I could unbutton it and show people if they asked.
And we were like, "Oh my God, Sarah, show us your tattoo."
It was July of 2018.
I want to say 18 because, for fun fact, we weren't allowed to be friends before then. I feel like. Was it 2018?
Yeah. Also, I just got a picture on my time hop of you this morning. I'll show it to you later.
Oh, that's fun.
It's the one from Hobby Lobby.
Oh, that's where I was like, please send this to Rachel.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's when I only knew Rachel as your friend in the hot costume.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a weird voice, like, it would come from, like, over here on, like, a FaceTime. And I'd be like, oh, like, what's it like? Because you would FaceTime me because that's when I was still living at home after college, and you were still at college.
Yeah.
And we would FaceTime, and then Rachel would be like, hey, Konnor. And I'd be like, that's Rachel.
That is Rachel.
I know that's Rachel.
But yeah, that's when I got the tattoo. And I know that it was July because I went to the beach 2 days after. Because I'm fucking stupid. And because I refuse to believe that I will ever have consequences for my actions. And nothing bad happened, so... You know,
you just keep getting that reinforced, and it like really upsets me.
It's not like I do anything like too bad though.
But
I'm not hurting other people.
But you like tempt it. Mm-hmm. You like basically tell the universe, you're like, fucking try me.
I'm like, bet, bitch, bet.
You're like, I'm gonna do this and
fuck around and find out.
Fuck around and find out. Well, no, more like the universe is telling you that, and then you never find out.
Yeah, fuck around and like, okay, cool.
Yeah, fuck around and vibe.
Yeah.
Like, you'll do something and be like, Sarah, you shouldn't do that, and you're like, why? And then you prove me wrong every single time, and it's stuff that shouldn't work.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, you'll do something like, why are you doing that? You're like, what? Because. And then I'm like, that's not a reason. And then nothing happens. And it blows my mind every single time. Or you don't do something and you somehow still avoid consequences.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about that at all?
Which one? Oh, the most recent?
Most recent.
No.
Because that one actually might be your first set of consequences.
I don't think I'll have consequences still. I just think I might feel a little sad.
A little sad.
A little sad. But maybe not, honestly.
I think it'll just... Honestly, my whole thing for this vague thing we're talking about, it'll just fade away.
It's already not really in my brain.
Yeah.
So if there were to be a consequence, it's so detached from my reality that I've created that it's just not even...
It's not a reality you created. It is your reality.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. Like, you don't have this fake reality where, like, oh, I'm going to do something and nothing happens. You do something, nothing happens.
Yeah.
It's just your world. It's not a fake
It's
thing.
my world. Everybody else is living in it.
Wow. My name's Sarah. And my life's
Kind of
crazy.
The vague thing has a little bit to do with earlier when Konnor was talking about different intentions with Tinder dating.
Fucking around.
Maybe sometimes those intentions are not fully communicated by certain parties.
Well, kind of both parties.
Yeah, I don't feel too bad.
Yeah, no, because the thing is, neither of you talked about it.
Yeah, there was nothing.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I tell everyone, yo, I'm not looking for anything. Or I do one of these, which is, if you guys can't see me, I'm just throwing both my hands up.
Like the
You know, I don't know.
Yeah, but,
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought it was funny the other night when we were hanging out with Riley.
Oh my God.
And she was like,
When we mention all of our friends' names, are we, keeping that in?
yeah,
for
why
now?
not?
Okay, yeah.
It's they're characters.
It's
Honestly,
vague.
they'll probably end up on the show at some point.
Little special guest. Anyway, continue.
Riley has fun stories, so,
Riley's very fun.
Yeah, I love her.
Oh my God, she's great.
So when she hears this, Riley, we love you.
Hey, at Riley.
She'll probably be like, oh my God.
Keep going.
Sorry,
I gasped because my cat, who I've owned for 9 years, walked into the room. And I got really excited.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit on both parties to talk about it. Mm-hmm. So, it's not on you for not saying anything.
I think that prior to last weekend, it wasn't on me, but I think that I was given the opportunity.
You weren't given it. You were presented it on a golden platter. Not even a silver platter. It was a golden, sparkling platter of... Here is the door to exit. It's like if a building was on fire and a firefighter blew the door down.
If a building was on fire and you were given the option to either continue running down the stairs to avoid the fire or immediately take a helicopter from where you're standing, I just chose to take the stairs.
No,
I will get out of this fire. It's just gonna take longer.
I feel like the options you were given. Have you remember Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man movies?
Yeah. Vaguely.
So, I think in both of them, he rescues people from fires.
Okay.
It's like if Spider-Man came through the window and was like, we're going to get you out of here. And you went, I'll take my chances.
I was like, I'll take the stairs, thanks.
Yeah. And he's like, are you sure?
And I was like, no, 100%.
He's like, I could literally, basically fly.
Do you hear that?
Yeah, they're coming for you.
Oh my God, is that Spider-Man?
By the way, guys, the house that's on fire is ours right now. Yeah, you can definitely hear that. Oh, yeah, because, guys, we live in a city, and things like that happen in the city.
Yeah, you probably also heard the trolley earlier.
Yeah. Hopefully not.
Maybe not.
Who's to say?
Who is to say?
Yeah, we live in the city of Philadelphia, so, things happen, and we live on a main street, so people exist.
Yeah.
So, thus, there will be sound.
Yeah.
Which is, I really said something there.
Yep.
We live in a city, people live here, and thus there will be sound.
I'm very distracted because Katniss is right there and I really want to touch her.
Is she just right next to me?
No, she left now. She was sitting under the Christmas tree, which I will take down today.
Yeah, because it's January. That being said, my family had a tradition.
That's what I was going to tell you. Sorry, you can keep talking.
Yeah, I was about to tell them. So my family had a tradition, and if any of you guys are pigskin throwing, football watching people, and that's the American football, not the British footy, we had a tradition. Don't let her on the table, she'll make sound. That if your team made the playoffs, you keep the Christmas tree on until they're not in the playoffs anymore. And if they make it all the way to the Super Bowl, which is in February, the tree stays up until then.
Right.
That being said, okay, so here's the thing. I'm thinking about this now. My team hasn't made the playoffs since I lived back at my house in Allentown. Mm-hmm. And they won the Super Bowl that year, in which we kept the Christmas tree up the entire time.
Right, because you've been very much insisting on getting the tree down this week, but both of our teams are still in the playoffs.
Yeah, yours plays today.
Yes.
And mine plays tomorrow.
Yes.
So, but in their early games, I mean, Sunday, depending on how Sunday goes, it's a 1:00 game. Mm-hmm. If it goes poorly, we take it down.
Yeah.
If it goes well, that thing is staying up. Okay. Do you want to take the decorations off it, though? Just because I'm worried Katniss is going to kill them at some point.
I think I will take off the special decorations and leave up just, like, the balls.
Yeah, I know what I said.
Because I don't care if she knocks off, like, a red Walmart ornament. I care if she knocks off, like, a Swarovski crystal snowflake.
Yeah, a red orb versus, like, a crystal piece.
Yeah.
Christmas orbs, those...
Big orb guy.
Big orb energy.
You know, when Matt was here, he said, you guys don't have a star. And I said, I know, because Konnor didn't want a star.
Listen, me and Sarah have two very different, like...
Christmas aesthetics.
Yes. I like a chill kind of, like,
you like
IKEA
a cabin. Christmas. You like a cabin Christmas.
Yeah, like
you like wood and buffalo plaid and rustic, which I also like. But my dream Christmas is like Nutcracker Christmas. So pastels and white and like a little bit of silver glitter here and there.
Two kind of clashing aesthetics when it comes to Christmas.
Because if you look at our tree, the ornaments that are mine very much fit that vibe. Like, I have a bunch of ballerinas and, like, precious moment ornaments.
To be fair, you say this like I have any ornaments. I think I have 4.
That's on you.
Yeah, it is on me. Because, like, in my opinion, I would rather just have a tree with lights on it. Like, I don't need... This sounds really detached and cold, but, like, I don't need decorations. I would rather just have a tree with lights and some, like, garland and a nice tree skirt.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
I just hate it.
Yeah, I know you do. And, like, fake tree, fake Christmas, like you say, because, like, you need a real one. And that's fair. I've never had a real Christmas tree, so I don't know the difference. I don't know any better.
I don't know about real Christmas trees.
I don't know any Christmas tree.
It was, like, a whole experience for us. Like, we went to a very specific Christmas tree farm that was, like, an hour and a half drive away. We'd go up. We'd get usually Dunkin' on the way because I liked the hot chocolate.
And America runs on it.
And America runs on Dunkin'.
I fucking love
Not
Dunkin'.
sponsored.
I fucking love Dunkin' Donuts.
Anyway, and we'd go to the Christmas tree farm and you take the hayride to like the actual field and we smell the trees.
What?
Do you know this?
What do you mean?
Some Christmas trees, the good ones, have a slight citrus scent. So we would smell the trees.
Wait, they fucking smell like lemons?
No, like orange.
But they're trees.
Yeah.
Don't they smell like pine?
Well, some variations of pine trees have a slight orange scent to them, and those are the ones that we liked.
Okay, but like, oranges don't grow on Christmas trees.
I don't know how you're not understanding that it has nothing to do with them growing oranges. Some pine needles of some variations of pine trees have a slight citrus scent to them.
This is all new information to me.
And those are the trees that we liked the most. So my brother and I would literally sniff the trees.
I am literally in shock.
Yeah, and that's how we would find the good ones. We'd like them plump,
thick,
and tall. My old house. What?
You're like a big thick tree.
A big boy.
You're like a big thick
tree. Big old thick boy.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Anyway, my old house.
A veiny tree.
No, stop. You made it bad. My old house, we had a permanent like mark on our ceiling because I insisted that the tree we picked out was gonna fit. It wasn't gonna be too big. It was the perfect size. And then we brought it inside and we stood it up and it scratched the ceiling. So
you've had one consequence for a decision ever.
No.
And that was just a scratch on the ceiling.
That's not my house. I promise I'm not like a brat, you know? Like I'm not like a spoiled brat.
I want to make this clear to everyone. Sarah is like the sweetest human being on the planet. She just has literally never had to face a consequence. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have like a privileged life. Like I've been through some shit.
Yeah.
But the things that other people would have consequences for, I have not really.
The universe just
Like
says, no, you're
personal
good.
choices, like with like men or like school.
Literally,
Like,
it just feels like because you went through a lot of shit, the universe went all that other
give
stuff.
her a couple years off.
Like you have an allowance. You have an allowance of universal luck.
It's like when you go to a coffee shop and you get a free coffee after a certain amount of stamps.
You got all your
I got
Trump.
all my stamps right in the first like 12 years, and then a couple later.
You got some in those college years.
Yeah. Anyway, so now I have a lot of free coffees.
Yeah, because you just stamped
Just
you
banking them
stamped
in.
like 5 cards of trauma.
Yeah.
I'm out of free coffee. Like I've been out of free.
You use them all.
I've been out of free coffee for a while. That being said, I feel like I'm finally cashing in on my first free coffee with like my newest job.
Yeah.
Like that. That has.
This is such a silly analogy that I've chosen to use.
I like it though.
It works.
The stars are your trauma, and then at the end, the free coffee is your one pass, where you're like, okay, you've had 10 terrible things happen.
And
to you.
it's like, I don't know what the word is. Ugh, fuck, I'm so stupid. I can't think of it.
Fuck, I'm so dumb.
Fuck, I'm so fucking stupid. But it's like, you really spent probably $50 to buy those 10 coffees just to get one free.
Yeah.
And I think it's very much equatable.
Equitable?
I don't think that's the right
Equator.
one. Meteor.
Meteor.
And I think that's very similar to going through years and years of trauma to just like not get in trouble for buying a Christmas tree that's too big.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know?
Yeah. And you know what sucks about? I'm going with this coffee.
Wait,
card.
can I interrupt really quick?
I mean, you're going to.
Also, you cut down the trees yourself. I don't know if you know that part.
You have to do it yourself.
You take a saw, a hand saw, and you saw it down.
Someone doesn't do that for you.
No.
Do you have to barter with them?
No. There's like
Okay, because I want you to know my only.
Wait, have you never seen the tree machines?
What the fuck are you
Like
talking about?
when you put the Christmas tree in and it shakes it?
What?
Okay, Konnor, so listen. So at a Christmas tree farm, you take, there's no bartering. You take the hayride. You're given a saw. Usually your dad takes the saw because you're 6 years old and you should not carry that, but you really, really want to. You and your brother sniff all the trees. Find that good sweet citrus spot.
Find the orange tree.
And your parents say, that's too big. And you say, no, I don't think it is. And they're like, you have to remember that you're adding height with the tree stand and the star on top. And you're like, no, it'll work, I promise. You get your father or stepdad.
You get a father figure.
Or mom sometimes.
Sometimes a mom. Yo, if a mom
or,
wants to saw a tree.
Or brother.
True.
Anyway, someone that's not you, in my scenario at least, cuts the tree down. You carry the tree. You can't really drag it too much because then you lose like a whole half of it. It's just fucked.
Okay.
Because if you're dragging it on the floor, like the needles fall off.
The floor is in the ground.
The grass, yes.
Yeah.
You go back to the hayride. At this point, only one family at a time because you have trees with you.
Yes.
You go from tree place to buy place, which is usually like a little barn. You tell the man, hello, I want this tree. He drills a hole in the bottom of it so that you can put it in a tree stand. He puts it in this machine that shakes it over and over again so that any extra needles fall off or like spiders and bugs because, you're outside.
Yeah, those exist.
Yeah. He shakes it off and then it goes into like the sucky rappy machine where the tree goes in. You put it in the hole, you pull, the tree gets pulled through, and then twine gets wrapped around the tree. So instead of it being and out, it's and a needle.
Okay. I want you to know my.
And then you bungee cord it to the top of your minivan, and then you drive home.
I want you to know the only reference, literally the only reference I have for real Christmas trees is the episode of That 70s Show where Eric Hyde and Kelso steal one off the interstate.
Yes.
And
Also, there's Christmas tree farms where you can buy pre-cut ones, but I'm just if you're already going.
Sorry, Candace looked at me really weird.
Hey. Leave her alone.
But okay, so.
Morale.
Okay, so there's pre-cut ones, but those are also a fake Christmas?
No, they're not a fake Christmas. It's just, if you're gonna get a real tree, like, I feel like you should just do the whole experience.
Well, as someone who's never done that experience.
We'll do it together.
Okay. Another couple goals.
Next Christmas, we'll go to the same farm my family always goes to. I can't cut down a tree. That's got to be you. Oh, and the worst is you can't cut it at a diagonal either.
I don't know if I could cut down. Well, I've had to cut down a tree before.
How big of a tree we could have in here?
We have very tall ceiling.
We could get rid of this dining room table.
And put a tree.
And have a 12-foot Christmas tree.
I don't think we'd be able to get rid of the dining room table and replace it with a Christmas tree.
Name one reason
why. I can't eat breakfast at a Christmas tree.
You're not trying hard enough.
We can't record this podcast in a Christmas tree.
I beg to differ.
I was going somewhere with that, and then you put Christmas tree table in my head.
But even before that, you were talking about something else, and I interrupted you to tell you that you had to cut the tree down yourself, and then went on the whole spiel.
I know what I was saying. If we, as friends, because that's what we are, friends and roommates. Just roommates. If we went to a Christmas tree farm, we would have to, like, trick everyone.
It's like when we went to the pumpkin patch. We have to bring another.
Well, the problem is we looked like we were on a double date.
But not with each other.
You could honestly look at that group we were with and still pair us together.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah. We weren't walking together, though.
No, you were walking with Matt, and I was walking with Amanda.
And Matt threw an apple at me, and I got very, very scared.
Me and Matt were throwing apples everywhere.
I'm aware. I hated it.
How many times did we just take an apple and just yeet it?
Too many. It made me so nervous.
Or Matt just taking an apple off the tree.
And biting it when there are so many signs. You want to talk about people that don't have consequences for their actions? Matt.
Dude, I love that kid.
I love him so much.
He's so great. He's so great.
I miss Matt. What's he doing right now?
I don't know. Probably chilling on his futon.
Should I text him?
I mean, later.
Yeah.
You know. He'll definitely have to appear on here. We would need to prep him.
Yeah.
You would need training.
Get him a shock collar.
No, I was just thinking, like, I'll have, like, a squirt gun ready to go. And every time...
We both have plastic bottles, like you're training a puppy not to, like, piss on the floor.
Except it's Matt.
It's Matt.
And him just, like, rambling and saying stupid shit. And not just, like, stupid shit, but, like, shit he shouldn't say. And I'm not saying, like, Matt is not offensive or problematic.
He's not. He just says so many things.
That, like, I don't know if I'd be able to stay on track with him.
Yeah.
Like, he's on that same level of Kieran
Have we been staying on track? What's the goal?
Of what? What do you mean? What's the goal?
I don't really think staying on track is a problem we need to
worry about.
Yeah.
That's fair. I'm not.
But no, he does. Also, I have a fear that if he was on here, we would talk a lot more.
I would just moderate.
Yeah.
You'd be like Biden versus Trump, and I'm just Chris Wallace being like, you gotta let the other person speak. You'd be like, you gotta let the other person speak, man.
But we're just only talking about pop punk.
And Matt will ramble about art for like an hour.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, all right, that's today's episode.
I'll tell Matt that I like a band that I told him I've liked 26 times, and he goes, no, that's my favorite band.
And he'll say that 6 more times in that episode.
And I'll be like, no way.
And he'll be like, that's crazy. We've had this conversation before, but we're going to have it again.
So many times, yeah.
I wish I liked anything as much as you two like pop punk. Yeah. I mean, I like games.
I like the Beatles.
But I don't talk about them.
Yeah.
Because Beatles fans are annoying.
I mean, I don't talk about pop punk unless it's with other people who like pop punk because it can
but I don't even talk to them.
Also, I think saying pop punk.
Pop punk? It's very satisfying.
But yeah, I don't really talk about it unless I know someone else likes it because people are very, very polarized when it comes to pop punk.
And most pop punk bands, lead singers are problematic.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when you just cry on a mic for 4 albums.
That's what happens when you're given fame and abuse it.
Yeah.
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 It's not just pop punk.
No, it is not just pop punk.
Pop punk is nothing compared to the Warped Tour scene, though.
Is it? That kind of... There's a lot of crossover isn't there?
There is crossover. There are crossovers.
There are crossovers.
But...
It's like Endgame.
It's like...
Sorry.
I mean, I wouldn't call, like, Falling in Reverse pop punk.
Is Warped Tour the Endgame of, like, pop punk? Who's the Thanos of pop punk?
Sorry, someone's calling me.
Well,
I hope that you couldn't hear my phone vibrating on there.
I don't... Well,
I don't know.
too bad.
I guess we'll find out. Yeah.
maybe we'll
Mom,
fuck
you
around.
can wait.
Sorry,
Fuck
Mom.
around and find out, Mom.
Mom, you can't call me. I'm on a podcast.
I'm just kidding. I hope she's okay. She's probably just in her car and wants to talk because we just be chatting. But
I think this is definitely like the last topic. Mm-hmm. Who's the Thanos of pop punk?
well, Thanos is bad guy.
I mean, from a certain point of view.
So Brendan Urie.
Oh.
And end it. The end.